ask you, we are going to start a new segment on the show in January,
Yeah.
and we're going to push it out on Facebook as well, where we're going to give a trivia type question
Oh,
and give everybody like a week to answer,
all right.
and then we'll select something. But I want to make sure it's okay if we use your mixtapes as part of that as well, and we'll give credit, of course.
100%. Yeah, that'd
But
be
yes,
awesome. Yeah.
so we're going to start a new segment in January. Always looking for something new.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
All right.
All right, DC. Let's see. Yep, we are live. YouTube's up. We're good.
Live from Nashville, Tennessee, you are listening to the D&D Dynamite 80s podcast with your hosts, DC and DH. So, guys, take it away. Hey, take it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another episode of D&D Dynamite 80s. This is the episode you've all been waiting for, the last one of this year. Not permanently, you're not that lucky, but of this year. DC, how you been, brother?
Hey, man, it's been an awesome time of being off for vacation and got another week here of getting the same kind of dose of medicine.
Yeah, get a little rest and relaxation.
Yes.
Man, I tell you what, we have been, I don't know, I'm sure you realize this, but this is our 5th annual year-end special. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
We still hadn't got it right, but we're at a better start this year because we already have folks on. We have Lynn and Tammy on, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
Appreciate them being on with us.
I'm gonna send it over to you, DC, and you can kind of let everybody know kind of how the show's going to go tonight. It's a little different setup. And
can you believe that we've got about 50 shows this year?
Wow. And I didn't get a check for any of them.
No.
What's up with that?
Come think of it.
Well, you're the one that writes the checks.
Yes, right. Right.
At least write me one with all zeros. I mean, just make me feel good.
Yeah, we wanted to, end the year with celebrating that, and
yes,
we met some awesome people this year for sure. And Tammy, of course, we've known for a good while, and she helped us out many times this year as well. And I'm thrilled that she's with us. But we picked up Lynn.
Lynn started joining us this year. Yes,
so this is awesome that he's on as well. So we appreciate all the support he's thrown our way, and it's good stuff, man.
And Tammy, I want to say first off, I'm sorry I didn't make it the night that you were on this couple of weeks back. Had some family things, but I'm going to give a shout out. It's right behind your shoulder there, everybody. If you can see that, the day we found yesterday, it is received an award, gold award. I'll let you talk a little bit about that, Tammy. But folks, more importantly, if you're looking for something that is like fun to do with the grandkids or just with friends to reminisce about the 80s, you need to get this book and go through it and start playing the songs that everything kind of links to. It's amazing. So Tammy, tell them a little bit about your book before we get started here.
So the book has a theme in it of shared stories. Like my goal is to really get people while they're reading it to share stories between generations, and the vehicle for that is 80s music. So there are over 500 Easter eggs in there in the illustrations and the story to 80s songs and artists. And just because when you see a dove that's crying and you're going to start chuckling, and the younger kids probably aren't going to catch it. So they're going to wonder, what's so funny? And instantly you've got a way to start sharing a story about when you were young and that was popular and why it was popular and who sang it and what Prince was all about. And you're suddenly sharing stories and hopefully also listening to the younger person say, talk about their musical influences. But let's keep the 80s music alive by sharing it with younger generations. Also, you don't have to have kids around to like this book, because most Gen Xers I know who have this book keep it on their coffee table. It's a conversation starter. It's entertaining. It looks like a kid's book, but it doesn't have to be.
It's an amazing book. And Lynn, I'm going to give you credit because you came up with one of the phrases of the year. You wrote on one of our give us a reference on something. I think it was Facebook or one of them. I don't remember which social media platform it was on, but you said it's like listening Bo and Luke Duke talk about the '80s. But then when you were on the show, you changed it to Roscoe and Boss Hogg. So I want to know which is which here. I want to know this one.
It depends on the night.
Yeah.
So I think it's both, DH. Here's the thing. So when you guys are there most of the time, because of your history, knowing each other since you were both knee high to a frog, very young, right? It's like brothers, like Bo and Luke. But when you come up with that challenge of, who's going to name the one you're thinking of, the song of the night or whatever it is, or the artist of the night, that's when it gets pretty competitive. And that's it's pretty funny to watch that one happen too. So I think it's both.
I don't know what you're talking about, Lynn. I don't understand.
Well, I hope to be there to witness one of those beautiful meetings. And I got to thank Tammy for turning me on to this show, guys. She has turned me on to so many great things about 80s podcast culture. And the fact that you guys have done this now for 5 years, there's a stat out there that says that the average podcast lasts about 6 to 8 episodes. And I think there's the point where the excitement kind of wears off and maybe you realize, hey, we haven't had a whole lot of listeners yet. And you realize, oh, there's actually work involved. I know you guys say, but actually you've been preparing for this thing for 50 years plus, really, right? You do, right? Yeah. And so the fact that you guys have done this for 5 years shows you have some grit and stick-to-itiveness. And I wish you guys nothing but another 10, 20 years doing it if you want to. So,
well, thank you. We appreciate that, Lynn.
Sure.
And
yes,
and speaking of the contest that you said kind of gets competitive, before you guys leave tonight, it did end up in a tie this year. So we have to have a tiebreaker.
Okay.
So you guys are going to have to vote, and anybody else that comes on the show will get a vote too. But DC, let's review a little bit, man. Let's talk about some of the folks we've had on. And Tammy, you've done a lot of co-hosting this year, so we should actually call it with you and Brady. We should call it DND and T&B. Kind of line it out.
Right. That's true. We appreciate them and all the efforts they with this year for sure. Let's start out at the start of the year, obviously, with Kelly Brink.
Yes, True Crime Podcast.
Is True Crime Podcast, and she's also an author of True Crimes.
Yes.
I think she's got more than one book out, actually. And, we visited with her. She's from the Midwest, Iowa, I think. And that was a great show.
Oh, yeah.
And do you remember what was kind of stood out that was wild about her actual personal experience? Do you remember?
I'm going to let you take the lead on that because I'm thinking maybe that she actually enjoyed the show. I'm not sure.
No. Remember, it was she had bought like a lawnmower. I think she had bought a lawnmower from a place, and the owner of the business actually ended up being accused of a murder. And
I do remember that.
Yes. Remember that?
Yes, I remember that now.
Lived in her backyard.
I don't want to buy a weed eater from that place. I'm telling you, I'm done.
Folks, it was something similar to that. It had something to do with where she purchased a mower, and he happened to live behind her or something, and he got maybe he's convicted of it, but I think she said that he was charged with it or something like that. That was all the way back in January.
Yeah.
We had that conversation.
And then we we followed that up with a group out of, I think it was New York City, Jesse's Girl.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yes, they were amazing. Yes, Eric.
They were fantastic. Yep.
And Jerome and Drew and
Yep. Eric.
Eric. Yep.
Carlin.
Yep. And then right behind, which was an amazing to have. And
these
them
guys will know the next one.
Yes.
Stuck in the 80s.
Stuck in the 80s.
We had Steve Spears on.
Yeah.
And Tammy, I think you co-hosted with that.
I did, yeah. Yep. So Steve is working on a book and that I am designing for him. So
fantastic.
We probably, he does the 80s cruise every year, he and Brad.
Yep.
Which is late February. He was hoping it would come out in time for the cruise, but he is knee deep in editing and not sure it'll come out quite that soon, but probably March or April, if not before. And it is called Stuck in the 80s. And it's basically he's cherry picked interviews that they've done over the last 20 years. and have put him into a book. It's going to be super cool.
Awesome. Well, now, if he needs help on the cruise with some co-hosts, just holler at us, because
if he gets too busy where he can't do that.
We tried to put a cruise together, but it's kind of hard on a little rowboat to put too many people on there. So, we gave up on it. So, it's all right though.
An airboat cruise.
Yes.
That's right.
A fake boat cruise. We're just going to stand
down
on
to
the
kiddie
shore.
pool here. This is where we're going to cruise.
Just stand with your feet in the water and pretend we're going down.
Oh, gosh.
Oh man, that's about our speed for us.
That's right.
We're not ready for the big cruises, that's for sure.
Then after that, we had Lori Tucker on.
Yeah, the print model. And
amazing
video model.
Amazing interview.
Lori's going to join us again this year.
Yes,
coming up.
That's lined up coming up. Yep. And then one of my favorite, we went out of the box and did something that we had never done before, DC.
Yeah.
And man, I tell you what, when we got down there,
it worked out awesome.
Hey, it only worked out awesome because Shannon was there to keep us in line and make sure we had everything going.
That's true.
But we decided for some reason, DC said, "Hey, let's do a live show," and the Roy Band was like, "Hey, y'all come on down." I mean, great folks. Yeah. We went down there and did a live show, and I think Shannon saved our rear ends quite a few times that night for me and you messing things up. So, but it was fun. It was an amazing show.
That was a fun one to watch. You could tell you guys were having a good time.
Oh, it was amazing with all of them, with Roy and Dave and Kimberly and John and Rob and all of them. And of course, can't leave Brady out. Brady, I don't know where he gets his energy, but
no, I don't know.
He definitely up there jumping off drum stands and everything else.
Joel Cola.
Yeah.
Right. Diane Peterson.
Yes, Stunt Woman.
She's got a book out as well, and she was a pleasure to visit with.
Yep.
Very, very much enjoyed her interview. Then we had Electric Avenue with Kevin from Electric Avenue. I believe they're out of the Atlanta, Georgia area, and he was awesome as well.
And then
this one,
that was probably this next show was probably the one with the most swagger. Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde. I mean, and they came in full costume and rocked it out. I mean, it was amazing. And then we went into Class of '84. We had Amanda and Mike.
Tribute band.
Yep. Flashback Heart Attack with Jason.
Fantastic. And they are very, very talented.
Very talented band. Then Heart of Blondie.
Yes. Mindy Milburn.
Mindy Milburn. Yep. Had her.
Yeah, Mindy was on with us, and that was a treat. She very talented as well.
And then we did something a little different with a 1980s Now podcast.
Yes.
Remember we had Will on. Yep.
A lot of people
was great.
Watch his as well. Or not watch his, but listen to his.
And that's one of the cool things about what we do. And Tammy and Lynn, you guys kind of mentioned this before. We all listen to each other's, and there's not this competition thing between podcasts, because the more 80s that's out there, the better it is for everybody.
Yeah, we're all trying to, preserve it and pass it on. And
absolutely.
I love what all these guys are out there doing, and gals.
Yes. And
it's fantastic, and good stuff.
And for somehow we keep riding that bottom wave and just moving along. We've got it going. It's all good.
There you go. Absolutely. Then we had the Totally Go-Go's. That is Pulp Vixen. Vixen, group of folks from California that do 80s stuff in different groups. It's the same ladies that do some of the musicians are working with all these different groups that they promote and just work all over California. Very, very talented ladies and very nice, and we had a great time with Totally Go-Go's for sure.
And for some reason, DC, that reminds me, and I don't know why, but Tammy's in a band now. We need to get her outfit on here.
Yeah, we do.
That would be interesting.
We need to make that happen. It just hit me that, out of the interviews we've done together with Tammy co-hosting that, she's mentioned before. And DC, you have one job and you failed again, my friend. Total fail.
Normal. That's about
total
normal.
fail.
Right. That's
Then
about
then we had Heart by Heart. Now this was a cool one. Heart
This
by
was
Heart.
so cool. That show
Yes.
was such an awesome experience. Yeah, we had one of the original members of Heart,
Yes.
Steve Fossen, who was the original bass guitarist for Heart.
Hey DC,
along with,
let me interrupt you for 1 second.
Hey.
Our friend Davooch says, "Boys, I'm here. Am I supposed to log in somewhere?" You did send him the link, right? For Paul.
Send him the link.
So Paul, you should have the link. If you don't, let me know and we'll get it sent back out. But Paul Carafotis is letting us know he is in the house. The Vooch is in the house and going to join us.
All right, let's see.
But yeah,
here.
the Heart by Heart, like DC was saying, that was amazing because we had original member of
You go
Heart,
ahead and I'll get him
Heart
going.
on there. Paul, DC is going to send you that link again just in case, brother. That way we can get it to you. But that was a great show, and it was really great reminiscing with him. What a super individual. And just the stories and the kindness he showed on the show.
Yes.
Then the next show was one of my favorites. Paul said to resend it, please. So, yep. So DC's resending it, Paul. Thank you. This was one of my favorites because it's spelled L80S night. So instead of saying ladies night, like 80s, like ladies.
Well, yeah,
DC kept saying L80s night. And the folks were so kind, they didn't want to correct him. But it was hilarious.
Very true.
By the way, the Vooch said, "Hey DC, it's about time you get it right now. Come on."
I still like the name L80s night though.
He went through the whole show, and finally at the end, we were like, "Okay." He wants to know, was you sending it to his phone?
I am sending it. I sent it to his through message. Yes,
through message to your phone. So
yeah.
there you go.
Send him a text.
And then we had DC Frontiers was on, and then our good friend
Journey band, Journey tribute.
Then our good friend David Lowery with Women of Rock, and what an amazing
Missy
guy.
and Tracy.
David is one of those guys, Tammy. I know, and Lynn, I think you may have seen him as well. But David's come on several times, and he was there at the beginning. He was one of the first ones that we kind of met and kind of helped us along on the platform.
We've asked advice from David.
And he's always willing to help us out and come on the show.
Very smart gentleman. And,
yes.
Great, fantastic musician.
And then probably one of my favorite interviews this year was Larry Miller.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Shannon's dad from the Roy Band. The stories he told. It's kind of like, Lynn, it's kind of like when we sit down, you're sitting down at to have coffee, and this guy just has these amazing stories and keeps going. Man, I could have sat there for hours and listened to him. Hey, there he is.
You say that to everybody. You say that to everybody. I can listen to him for hours.
The Vooch is in the house and already throwing shade.
Yeah, that's right, baby. I'm going outside so I don't bother my wife and dogs. It might be a little dark, but you should be used to that by now.
Yeah, it's all good. Hey,
we're used to any of that stuff.
That's how people want to see us all the time in the dark. They don't want the pictures.
Well, they I've always said you have a face for radio.
That's what my mom said too.
Oh. You're bringing up all the old bad jokes.
Lynn's the king of dad jokes.
That's true.
Yes, Lynn is. And Lynn, I thought you were going to hit us with a dad joke right off the bat today. I thought it was coming in quick.
He's got his polite hat on. Come on,
is that
Lynn.
What it is?
You got one for us?
I do.
Who has joined the show? Paul Carafotis.
The Vooch.
And author. He does Charlie Bubbles Cares for Kids, and we'll talk about that a little bit more as we go along. But you would know him from All the Right Moves.
The Vooch.
The Vooch.
That's an old movie now, fellas.
Yeah, we're old.
Yes, we are. But we're hoping that you have a few youngsters out there that might know other things.
Right.
You'll also know him from this past season of Tulsa King.
Yeah.
King, Mindhunter, Damages. I just finished working with Brad Pitt on the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood sequel.
Wow.
There you go.
Awesome.
So, you know, I still got my baby toe in the water here. You know, I mean, I'd like to be doing a little bit more, to tell you the truth, but you know, we do what we can.
You know,
At my age, I'm
tried to
collecting
dip.
my Social Security because
There
we
you
live in
go.
a socialist country.
All the right moves too.
Yes.
Oh my God,
there
yeah.
you go.
The old and the decrepit football players. Let's get them. Let's round up those old geezers.
Oh,
Oh,
Hey,
I
Lynn was
love
about
it.
to tell us a dad joke. What you
Yep.
got
All
for
right,
us?
Lynn, let's go.
Well, I sent one to DC because I know you guys are both in education. So this is one I came across recently. It said that somehow I managed to make it through high school only learning the even numbers. What are the odds?
Ah,
Wow,
that's
there
not-
you go.
Well,
that's
I
actually a
see-
good one.
I got one.
I seen DC's report card back in the day, and it's true. He may have only known the even numbers.
Yeah,
Well,
that may be the truth.
I wonder if I can
Don't
check
tell
the
any of the
Wi-Fi.
students.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Wi-Fi.
Keep that under the down low.
Hey,
Yeah.
Paul,
Paul,
did
were
you-
you a good student?
No,
That's why
I
you're an
was-
actor?
pretty much. I couldn't do anything else. I was thinking about this today, saying, I thought to myself, going, you know, I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. I was at an early meeting. I took the dogs up the side of a mountain, came down. I went to my car dealership to see if they could fix a problem with my car. Then I went to get my glasses fixed, stopped off and picked up a few things for the house. And then I did one other thing. I mean, this was all before 10 o'clock. And then I said, I said to myself, you know, I got home at 11 and no, 10 o'clock or whatever. And I said, let me lay down.
right. So
Need to
Paul,
recruit.
if you keep that schedule up, Paul, the Marines are going to have to change their slogan to "We do more before 10 a.m. than everybody but Paul."
That's right.
Well, it's true. It's
Right.
true. You know, they say here in my home, my kids and my wife, that I'm retired, but I just say I'm not, because there's a lot going on, and especially before 11 o'clock or noon,
Yes.
certainly. But I was going to tell you a little joke.
Okay.
You know, I smoke cigars. In fact, I just lit a cigar up, and my wife hates the cigars. And so she said she wanted me to go to the doctors and tell them I smoke cigars. And so I said to her, I've already done that. And the doctor asked me, I told her, I said, the doctor asked me how many cigars I smoke a day. And I said, about 20. She said, what'd the doctor say? I said, he's dead.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
I love
Oh, that is hilarious. So,
that.
yeah, kind of what we were doing, Paul. We're just kind of running down the list of our former guests and just kind of talking as we go along. So,
Okay, go ahead.
DC, let's go ahead and hit a few more
Yeah,
there.
let's do that.
The next one was a band. Now, this was something I never knew this band existed, and now I'm hooked. It's the Gilligan Island Band.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It
Out of
is so
California.
cool. They
Yep.
dress in the costumes.
They do the characters.
And they
Yeah,
do the
every one of 'em.
characters.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's just hilarious to watch. And then we had
We had
another.
Desi on.
Yep.
Well,
From,
wait a minute. I got stories about some of this stuff, if you would like
Okay,
to hear.
yeah, let's hear it.
Okay. So, you know, when I was a young boy, I used to fantasize about Tina Louise, you know, Ginger. And suddenly I'm on Sunset Boulevard having lunch, and she's sitting behind me. And
wow.
so I turned around and she's just absolutely, and this was back, well, I guess when I was doing Knots Landing. So she knew me. So
Wow.
so that was pretty cool. However, the secret crush was Marianne. Now, Marianne, I ended up a few years ago, she just passed away not too long ago, but
Yep.
about, I don't know, 14, maybe 15 years ago, could be 10 or 15. I went to Chicago to do one of those, you know, celebrity autograph shows, and she was there. And
wow.
yeah, and so I spent a lot of time with her. And then when we got back, and in fact, guys, I have to look for it, but I had her sign a lot of pictures, you know,
Mhm.
just sign the pictures, because, you know, I would have raffles or auctions to raise money for the Charlie Bubbles Cares for Kids Foundation that we have. And I also got a couple sailor caps and had her sign the sailor caps.
Oh, wow.
And she was, I'm going to tell something a little out of, she would be signing pictures at the autograph show. And she had, pictures, Bob Denver's been dead for I don't know how long, he's been gone for forever, right? So she had pictures signed by Bob Denver that she was
Wow.
yeah, that she was like signing her name to him and then selling those pictures. So that was I kept teasing her about that, going, when do you meet with Bob to sign these? Isn't Bob
Right.
gone?
She sends him an email and he returns it.
But she was
That would be a good
lovely.
trick.
She was lovely. She was a great lady. And
Yeah.
I there was, we had a little bit of a connection there, but at the time I think I was probably I don't know, maybe 50 or something, and she might have been 74. So, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I couldn't do it, guys. The Vooch, when I was doing all the right moves, most of the Teamsters were running back and forth to the airport to pick up. They called them the Voochie girls, bringing in the girls. And I actually went into the bathroom and I called a buddy of mine who was another big Gilligan's Island fan, and he's going, "Oh, you got to do it." I just couldn't bring myself to that. She was too lovely of a sweet old grandma for me to be trying to, give old Marianne a little last fling.
And now we know why Paul went outside away from his wife.
Yes, I couldn't tell those stories. Yeah, I'm telling them to you because I figured, a lot of times when I do these podcasts, I'm very serious and talking about whatever it is, mostly the books and, the children's books. So I had a friend of mine saying, "How many books are you selling?" I said, "We're doing okay, not great." He says, "You should do a Charlie Bubbles XXX book." I said, "I don't know if that'll go over to, that's not in the cards."
I think even Lynn had reservations on that one. I said,
Yeah.
I mean, but this is what happens when you sit around spitballing.
Right.
Bring up Tina Louise. Actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but she released an album back in the 60s, and she had a decent voice. It was kind of loungy, but it's decent. And then she just released her autobiography too.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, she did a lot of shows. She was doing a lot of dinner theater. She'd go around the country and she'd, take gigs and go sing. And I mean, we all, from that era, and that's before me, of course, but to be an actor was not enough. You had to be able to dabble in comedy. You had to dance. My first movie in 1980 was Heading for Broadway, it was called. I was like 20 years old, and I had to learn how to dance in that and sing and all that stuff. So, there used to be, I mean, and I would imagine today, I don't pay attention anymore, to tell you the truth, but I'm sure there are people that can do all those things now. But that was a sort of prerequisite back where she came from the 50s, so they still had the studio system. So they were all getting singing lessons, dance, all that stuff. I mean, the studio sent them to school to learn.
Wow.
Sure.
So, I was at the tail end. I was at the very end of that. That was when the independent films were really taking off, and it became a sort of the wild, wild west again, So the studios were basically signing stars and not really developing talent. Right. So she was from that era.
Yeah.
And she was very talented.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
that's all I got to say about that.
Don't worry, Paul. We know you got more for us. We're holding on.
That Desi from that group, she put us on our next guest.
Yes.
We have never had a daughter and father back-to-back show. And so her father did the next show. Talk about it for a minute.
Yeah, Kenny Metcalf.
Yeah.
Elton John tribute. amazing. He had already
a
had
member of Striper.
I was going to say he already had a career at Striper,
Yes.
and if I'm not mistaken, that's the show I think Brady co-hosted, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it was cool because we had as we found out, Kenny was known as the Rockin' Rev, and Brady's known as the Rock and Roll Rev. So we had them both on together.
Yeah, we had
and
both.
That was a really cool show.
Yes,
then we had Daryl.
How many shows have you guys done?
We did 50 this year.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, we did 50. We do. We try to do one a week. Some weeks
so you're the show that can kick, you can stretch because you're 50.
That's right. We're 50. Right. I'm 50, and I'm fit from Saturday Night Live.
Right.
I love it. And then we
Daryl
did.
Vidal,
yes,
he was in the original Karate Kid.
Yes, he's the one that did the Mr. Miyagi.
The crane technique.
The crane, yeah. Tammy said she can do that, Paul. Tammy said she can do that.
Let's see it, Tammy. Come on, show me, baby.
Uh-oh.
I don't think I can back up enough.
Oh, yes, you can.
Hey,
she's got it.
Crane technique. Yes.
All right, Lynn, your turn.
Oh.
It's a chiropractor. He'd need to hire somebody like him after that.
Right. That's right. We need to hire Lynn. That was a great show. We had him back on. That was the second time he was on, and we talked about his Cobra Kai part that he did. You know, he was an official in that particular series.
When I was in high school, I had a picture of Ralph Macchio from Karate Kid. I had a poster on my wall. Yeah, he was so cute. And then one day, one of my friends was hanging out, and she's like, "He looks like your brother." I looked at it, and I'm like, "Oh!" And the poster came down.
Yeah, I knew where you were going with that. Yeah. Does that guy? Does he age? Does he age at all?
You know, it's funny you bring that up because, you know, he did a movie called Teachers with Nick Nolte. And I called the producer before they, you know, this is long before the movie shot, but I told him I've got somebody whispered in my ear that they're doing this movie with Nick Nolte, Teachers, and you know, so I got his phone number and called the producer and I said, listen, in fact, I think it was around the time I might have had All the Right Moves out, and I couldn't get a job. I was doing a show on the Rocks. You guys may have heard of it since you're rock and rollers on Sunset next to the Rainbow. And I had a movie out, and I was starring in this musical wrestling. They did it on Broadway. We did it out here. It was called Tarzana Tansy, and it was with E.G. Daly, who you might remember. Yes. She was in a lot of movies and Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And she's got a tremendous, she's like 3'2".
Valley Girl. She was in Valley Girl.
Yeah. And she's got a tremendous voice. And I had to sing with her, you know, live. And we did like, I don't know how many shows, over 100 shows of that. But so I called this producer. He produced, and his name escapes me right now. He passed away, but he produced Trading Places.
One of my
he was
favorites.
doing Teachers. And so I called him and I said, you know, you're making a big mistake if you don't see me for this movie. And he laughed and he invited me down to MGM. And I went down and had lunch with him. And then we started a little bit of a relationship. It was several weeks and we're hanging out, and we got along tremendously. And then he wanted me to meet the director, who was Arthur Hill, I believe. And I came in and met Arthur Hill, and you know, I loved having meetings because the actual audition process, you know, especially at that time for me, was a little rough. You know, it's like hit or miss. You know, I didn't learn the technique yet of what to do when you got to go into these rooms and just do it. You know, a room that's mostly loveless, by the way. There's no love in that room or any of those rooms, you know. So I got a call from him, and he said, and Ralph, I had All the Right Moves was out, and Ralph had Karate Kid out. Karate Kid did about 80 million at the box office. It was a huge success. And All the Right Moves, I think, did about 18 to 20. So it wasn't, it was kind of a failure at the box office. So he said to me, Paul, my heart is with you, but my pocketbook is with Ralph. And he asked me what I thought of Ralph. And you just mentioned it. He looks like so I said, I think he's a little deformed, if you really want to know the truth. And he said, why do you say that? And he laughed. I said, because we're the same age, but he looks 12. Okay. And then I said, you're making a big mistake, because I didn't think he had the chops to deal with Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte's a tremendous actor, and you needed somebody a lot stronger. And the ironic thing was, when the movie got released, it bombed, and all the reviews said the same thing. Ralph Macchio could not go up against Nick Nolte. So there you go. There's a Hollywood story I've never told, and that's the truth. But
Exclusive.
The Vooch is never wrong.
Well,
Hollywood needs to learn that.
You will, if you talk to my wife, she'll bet different.
Yeah,
with you.
Mine will say the same thing, but we're not going to talk to them.
Oh, well. Adam Shapiro came up next.
Yes, Billy Joel tribute.
Yeah, I loved talking with him.
Yes, Tammy was on with that one.
So good.
Jonathan Guthrie with the Wildflowers.
Yep.
Tribute to Tom Petty. That was a fantastic show. Then we came back home in our backyard with Blonde Me.
Yes.
Nashville located band, Jeff and Stephanie.
And then we had one of my favorites came on from Elvis Presley Enterprises.
Yeah, we'll talk about that for a second. We decided something different to do with the show this year. We decided to do some months of the same topic. And we did that with who, DH?
We did it with Elvis, then Van Halen, then the wow. Totally went Beach Boys.
Oh, Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Beach Boys. Yeah.
I totally went blank there for a minute.
Yeah. So Alicia Dean works for Elvis Presley Enterprises.
Yeah. And then we had John De Leon, which he runs a pawn shop on Elvis Presley Boulevard. And then
he talked about a bunch of cool stuff he owns. Yeah. He owns Elvis and Priscilla's cake. What was it? The
topper.
The knives.
Cutter.
Yeah, the cutter that they use at their wedding. That's
the cake server. Okay.
He owns. Yeah.
And then we had Joseph Hall, who was the Elvis tribute artist, and then Brady.
Yeah, fantastic guy.
Brady Weldon, Rock and Roll Rev. He came on to talk a little bit about Elvis.
Right.
Yeah, so we had that was our Elvis month, which was that was a fun month. Yes, and then we started into Van Halen.
Yeah.
Which was an amazing month. We had Van Halen, Cathedral.
Yeah.
So we had those two artists on. Then we had an artist that couldn't make it on, which was okay. Things happen. So we carried our own Van Halen show. That's when we did I think, wasn't that the one when Tammy and Brady joined us for the top 80s music?
Yep.
Yeah,
albums.
I think that's when we did the top 80s albums.
Uh-huh.
And then we had Good Vibrations. This is when we moved into the Beach Boys. Surf's Up.
Month of August, we did the Beach Boys.
Sounds of Summer, Surf City All Stars, Endless Summer.
Talented people.
Yeah, and then we kind of went into Oh Baby with Lori Miller.
Yep.
Lori was back on, which was great.
Back on.
AM/FM 80s tribute band.
Yeah.
The little podcast.
That's Lynn's buddies.
That is Lynn.
They
Lynn
came on. Lynn put us onto them. Thank you, Lynn. Yep, that was the one you put us on to.
AM/FM.
Then we had the little podcast that could with Todd and Mandy.
Yep.
Tusk, the Fleetwood Mac tribute band. Yep. Then our buddy, the
Hey, I got something about that. Yeah. No, talking about Fleetwood Mac, I did a fundraiser for Charlie Bubble Scares for Kids a couple of years ago, a charity buzz, and I had Mr. Fleetwood donate a drum head, his bass drum head that he painted on and signed, and we sold that and raised some money with that. That was one of the things that and he's out there, man.
That is but
he is
best description ever.
Yeah, he's out there, and he's tall. He's like about 7 foot. You know what I mean?
Wow. And then we had one of the shows that, and Tammy, you kind of joined in on this one in the live chat, and all. We had Paul came on. We had with Bill and Mandy, and we talked about the precious angel Isabella.
Yes, they may be joining. I don't know if they will be or not, but he did send them the link.
Yes, so
there's
DC,
the book,
you can send that. Yes,
Bubbles. There it is.
And that was an amazing show, and just amazing folks, Paul, that you brought on, and with the sweet story of our sweet angel Isabella. Yes, please buy that book. And
Amazon.com or go to charliebubbles.com and you can get it there. And every book sold, we do not take a penny. All royalties go to buying books to give to kids in hospitals and schools and homeless kids. Amazing. We just did we had the big fires out here,
Yes.
And I just gave 150 books to the victims, the children of the fire.
Amazing.
Yeah, we try to get it happening.
Yeah, and I mean that was one of those shows that it was just remarkable to see the strength. And Tammy, I know you chimed in on that too about how much emotion's involved in writing a book. And for that whole story, and Paul, for you to put that together with Charlie Bubbles, and it was just an amazing story, of the true human spirit. And then after that amazing show, then I was actually out, but Tammy came back on with her book, which is now a Golden Award-winning book.
Depend on Tammy to pull us out of the fire.
Hey, Tammy has pulled us out of so many fires. She says she's going to start charging us by the minute.
But she's got a wonderful book out as well.
I'm going to tell a story.
Put that in front of your face. We can't see it when you hold up the books. We only get in half the book.
Paul said, "Put it over in front of your face."
Yes.
Hey, that's much better. Keep it that way.
Tammy, yes, slide it up so you can see your lovely name.
Yes.
At the bottom. Congratulations, Tammy.
Thank you, Paul.
It's a wonderful thing. It's a very difficult market that you've entered into.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I work in publishing, but when you're the author, it's a different story than when you're just, I design books and I coach authors for a living. But when it's yours, it's a little different.
I'm going to tell a funny story about Tammy, and this was back, I think it was our second year we were doing the podcast, DC. We had decided one of our sponsors wanted us to do a live remote. So we get there, and our guest that was supposed to be on had something come up. They couldn't make it. Of course, it's coming a torrential downpour outside. So the folks, everybody's inside. DC calls up Tammy and says, "Hey, our guest can't be on." And she's like, "Not a problem. Send me the link." And she came in and knocked it out of the park like always. So she saved us so many times, Paul. I don't know if we could ever give her enough money to buy all the lifesaver wraps she sent out to us. So.
Yeah.
Well, listen, everybody needs a lifesaver, sometimes 2 or 3.
Right. For this show, show, we're in double digits. So
it's so much fun to hang.
And
what was that?
Good on you. That's the way to do it.
Tammy's amazing.
Suit up and show up.
Tammy's amazing. She does a great job for us. And then we finished off the year.
Does she hold on? Tammy, do you come on as a co-host or something?
She does.
Sometimes, yeah. Yep.
Oh, good girl.
And they're done that.
And Paul, you need to do that some now.
Yeah, you need to be a co-host.
I got an idea. If you and Tammy will come on as co-hosts, me and DC will shut up and let y'all run the show. We'll have the best night ever. Lynn, you can join in. We'll have 3 hosts. We're done.
We'll interview you guys.
That would be great. I would enjoy that.
If you guys interview us, it'll be a very short interview. Let me tell you.
I don't think that would be a lot of. That wouldn't be very good
but,
quality.
It's been an amazing year, and we do have to take care of one piece of business though. And I need all of y'all.
Who's the last one? You were about to tell us.
Oh, did I not?
Yeah, Nikki Huskus.
Yeah, Nikki,
Australian singer.
Yes, she was on. Very talented and amazing individual. Yes. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I first started watching the videos, I thought, Well, here's another young person that's really got into the 80s. And then when she told us the decade she was born in, I was like, would have never
Well,
guessed
and
that,
she
but it's
also
okay.
sings with her like adult kids.
Daughter, yeah. Her
Yeah,
daughters, yeah.
they're in the same group.
So,
I
yeah.
was like,
So,
that's your daughter?
and then we did have one show we did, DC, where we talked, it was just me and you, and we talked the top 80s movies in
That
your
was
category.
boring.
Your category was wrong as usual, so it didn't matter.
Right.
What was the top 80s movie, fellas?
There's only one top 80s movie around.
What's that?
Come on,
All the
Vooch.
right moves.
Come on, Vooch. You're on here with us. We have to say it tonight.
That's right. You know, I don't know if I told you the story, but maybe, you know, Charlie plays baseball at GCC, and there's a lot of stuff, even in baseball. Like, you know, the coach knows the coach from that school, and this kid gets a little special, you know. So Charlie he came out of CV High School. He was all city. And he decided not to go back east to go to school. He wanted to go down the street from the house. It's basically he's playing on the same field he played in high school, and they share it with the college. And it's called Stengel Field. So he was been going since as soon as he finished, graduated, whatever. He'd been showing up to, you know, go through the sort of walk-on portion of the program, and he made it through that. And you know, now that he's playing fall ball, but you know, he never had to compete, you know, really for a job, you know, in baseball, because he's a very good ball player. So now he's dealing with all the stuff more or less on a smaller scale, but similarly to what I've had to deal with in Hollywood. You know, you lose the job to this guy, his cousin, his uncle, you know, whatever. So there's all this stuff that goes on. So one day he's down there and he's talking to the third base coach. And the coach is asking him questions. You know, he's getting to know him. He says, "Where do you live?" He goes, "I live a mile up the road." You know, and he goes, "Oh, you where?" He says, La Crescenta." The coach says, "You know, what street?" He tells him, and the coach says, "Well, I live on Boston Ave, and it's not too far from you. And what's your mother do?" "Well, my mother's a hairdresser. She's got a little shop down in Honolulu." And and then he goes, "Oh, what about your pops? What's dad do?" He goes, Charlie's thinking in his head, "Oh, here we go." So he goes, "My dad's an actor." And the guy goes, "Really? Have I seen him in anything?" And so Charlie says, "Well, let's start at the beginning. Are you a fan of the 80s movies?" And the guy goes, "The 80s movies? I love the 80s movies." He says, "Well, my dad was in a lot of them, but one of them was a film called All the Right Moves." And the guy goes, "That's my favorite film. Who did your dad play?" And Charlie goes, "The Vooch." And the guy goes, "The Vooch comes to Staplefield."
Oh, the Vooch is everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, so now this is very serious business. So you guys know how we do the weekly
serious, but go ahead.
The weekly survey where we give you two bands to choose from. Now, Paul, I'm gonna need your help on this one, okay?
All right.
So it actually ended up tied for the year. So I couldn't report a winner. So you three get to decide the winner. Now, as you know, for some reason, like a fallen angel, DC always tries to talk dirty to me and say that I cheat on this game. But I need you guys to give me something to believe in, that I'm doing the right thing right now. So just give me something to believe in. As he gives you the two bands, I'm not going to say a word, because I'm just looking for nothing but a good time tonight. That's all I'm trying to do, is just have
So
a
put a
good
poker
time.
face on and let him.
Right.
Man.
So
That'd
DC,
be the worst one you've done.
DC, you know, I'm going to send it over to you now, okay? And I know every rose has its thorn, and I know you're going to be upset and said I tried to influence it. But, you know, I'm not looking for nothing but a good time tonight. So tell them the bands.
Well, I hope you don't have a good time. We've got Poison versus Twisted Sister.
Oh,
Jesus.
Poison versus Twisted Sister.
So we have to vote on that?
Yes, you get to vote for whichever you prefer.
Your favorite of the two.
Well, I'd have to be honest. I'm trying to think of something that Twisted Sister did. Poison, I know some of their songs.
See, I like the way this is going, Paul.
So if
if
I had to just pick one, I'd say Poison.
Okay.
All right, I've got one. I'm sorry. I don't know who's
You're
that
not
one
supposed
is.
to poker face.
Right.
Terrible poker face.
I don't know whose that one is, but there's one vote for Poison.
Right.
Here, let
All
me
right,
help my poker face here a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to go with Poison. So I signed my books. I hope you have nothing but a good time.
Yes.
I'm a little disappointed because I tried really hard to get Brett Michaels to be in my yesterday book, and it didn't happen. So I didn't want to vote for them, but Dee Snider didn't join in my book either, and I'm going with Poison.
There you go. There you go.
Lynn?
All right,
All right, Lynn.
All right.
The only one I've got a chance at here.
I'm going to make this really dramatic here. So, you know, the makeup between the two bands, that's probably a tie. This is an interesting one. Do you know that somebody pointed out to Dee Snider that We're Not Going to Take It follows the exact same chord progression as Oh Come All Ye Faithful? If you listen,
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
the first four lines there too. But I guess if I go with the thing that if I was marooned on an island and can only have one of their catalogs, I'd probably have to go with Poison too.
Yeah.
And as the Braves will say
Frozen.
to the Dodgers
So
this year, clean sweep.
2025, yes. The winner is DH.
All right, DH.
What did he pick?
Here's what DH wins. Are you ready?
Uh-oh. Look at that.
Hey!
The
Wow.
Golden Waffle Award.
Look at the waffle award. I love it.
Who's the lead singer in Twisted?
Oh,
Dee Snider.
D.
Yep,
Snyder.
D. Snyder, yes. Tammy, that is awesome. I need that. You're going to have to send me that picture. I am going to print that out. I'm going to put it in my office at school. I am the Golden Waffle Award winner. Paul, I know you've got all them big awards, but I am the Golden Waffle Award winner.
Yeah, he owns the Golden Waffle.
Well, that's good because I'm not a big waffle fan. So.
Right. Well, that's why I'm
me
glad you
too.
wasn't competing because you would have won. But I mean, hey, it's all good.
That's
I love it.
That's exactly right.
I got the
wow.
Golden Waffle Award. That is awesome. DC, I'll let you look at my award picture, okay?
Right. I appreciate that. I wish for better times to come. Yes.
Right. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year, as I
You-
always say.
You've got the same as my Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe next year syndrome.
Maybe next year.
Oh, I love it.
Guys, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, it
We
has
appreciate
been.
you taking the time for us. And Paul, in
Yes, sir.
2026, brother, let's get you as a guest host.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, we would love it. We get you and Tammy and Lynn, everybody. We send out some stuff and y'all pick some shows. We'll get some.
You guys
folks.
have been fantastic for our show, and we appreciate it. Please buy books from these guys.
Yes.
We're going to mention them in the ending here in our sponsorship, but check out all the fine work they've done, and it goes to great causes, and it's just fantastic, fantastic books.
And folks, as you'll
thoroughly
see,
enjoy them all.
Yes, DC's updated our sponsors, so now we have Hearts for Isabella in there and some
Hearts
others.
for
So
Isabella is on there
make
as
sure
well.
we give some shout outs, but we'll do that again. Guys, thank y'all so much for joining us on this year-end show. It's
Hey,
been
listen,
a
good luck,
blast.
boy. Have a happy new year, everybody, and we'll see you in 26.
Thank you, Paul.
Happy New Year,
Yes, thank
everybody.
you, and happy New Year and best wishes.
If you guys can hang tight where we could get through those sponsorships, I'd like for you to hear those as well. But we appreciate it.
DH, can I say one thing to you, DH, real quick?
Go ahead, man.
Yes.
Yeah, you talk about how we have to keep this thing alive, and I really do see it as the older I get, there's a responsibility I do have to my kids to teach them what I want to pass on. And I actually heard a quote this week that was pretty powerful, and it said, every person actually dies 2 deaths. There's the one, of course, when they stop breathing, we put them in the ground. But the second one is when the last time somebody utters their name.
Wow.
And I thought about that as like, and there's so much great stuff there. This beautiful decade that we grew up in and have such great stories about. It really was a special time. It was almost magical. I suppose everybody thinks that about when they grew up in, but I really do think there was something about it where there was so much good music and culture being done, and race, ethnicity was starting to matter less, and it just was like a really upbeat period of time. And I'd be hard pressed to find any other decade that had that. And so,
good times.
Book has been a great resource. I actually was going through it with my son the other night, and I said, see this little thing here, buddy? Did I teach about this before? Oh yeah, Dad, you told me that one time. Then there's one time I said, did I teach about this? And I thought it was something super obvious. And he goes, no, you never mentioned it. I said, I have failed you as a parent. Well, let me tell you, and so I just appreciate you guys doing it your best to keep, the things before us. Your topics are a lot of fun. I'm amazed you can find sometimes 4 bands in a month that play just one band's music. I'm like, that's incredible. They're out there, but there's this niche for it. And I think it's just really something special. You guys got to go on and you have a great format. So keep it up.
Thank you, Lynn.
I got something to add to Lynn's thing. I don't know if anybody knows that, but since most of us have children here, that that you see your kids every day from the time they're born till they're 18. And from 18 to the rest of our lives, we see them only a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Now think about that. Contemplate
I never thought
that.
about that.
There's some philosophical stuff for you.
Yeah, that's yes.
Absolutely.
And but it does make sense because you go, just like you guys both kind of referenced, you go through those stages of life. And just like, and I know, Tammy, I've said this over and over, but being able to share, because every time we go through that book, there's something else and something else I share with the grands. So, it's like Lynn said, we share, like Paul said, we only have so much time and so many rounds on this earth. So, DC and I both really appreciate y'all taking time to spend some time on the show with us.
You bet.
Hey guys, you do tribute band stuff, don't you? Who's in Tennessee? Is somebody over there in Tennessee?
We have a lot of tribute bands here in Tennessee.
Yeah, no, I got a buddy of mine that I grew up with that's playing in a KISS tribute band. I should probably put you in touch with
Yes.
Absolutely.
Get us the information. We'll get them on. Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah. Okay.
We'd love to have them. Love to have them. So happy New Year and hope it starts out fantastic and you have a great year, guys. And we won't be strangers for sure. You guys will be on with us from time to time. Yep. And next week, DH will start working towards our next goal.
Yep.
Another year of it, man.
In March we start year 6, so we're getting close. Can you believe that? So let's
awesome stuff.
Tell us who we got next week, and let's hear our sponsors here.
Yeah, we'll get on out of here after that. Kids in America.
Yes.
We've had them on before, and they're fantastic.
Yes.
They are a well-known 80s tribute band out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and they play all over the country. Kids in America will be up next week, January the 7th. So we'll be back on our regular Wednesday night show at 7:30.
Yes, Wednesday nights at 7:30.
So we hope that you join in with that. And, let's get those sponsors in, man.
Let's do it.
You want to go ahead and tell them where they can find our stuff? And
I guess I could do my part of it, huh? All right, ladies and gentlemen.
You're stuck in the waffle.
Man, I'm the golden waffle winner. I don't need anything else.
You don't need anything else.
My life achievement has been made. The golden waffle winner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for another episode of D&D Dynamite 80s. That's DC. I'm DH, the golden waffle winner, as I'm going to be known from now on. You can find us on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, all of that. Also, we are on, I lost my notes here, DC. Help me out.
Canyon Star.
Canyon Star TV on our YouTube channel, all D&D Dynamite 80s. I got so excited about tonight. I put my notes somewhere. All emails, you can email us, D&D Dynamite 80s. Send them over to DC. He'll answer all the emails that are negative. Anything positive, send them to me. I'll be glad to answer those. Also, one big breaking announcement we're going to start next week. Facebook page is really going to get active. We're going to do a weekly thing, and we'll roll that out next week and kind of talk to everybody about that. What we're going to do
we'll
then.
Keep it a surprise.
Something new.
If you're the winner of that, what will happen? So
something new coming in 26. All right, DC, let's play those sponsors, brother.
Let's do that, man. D&D Dynamite 80s would like to thank their sponsors: Hudson's Flags and More, Jackie's Creations on Facebook, PJG Marketing, The Roy Band, Riley Rhodes Art Designs at rileyroads.art on Instagram, Totally Cool 80s, Charlie Bubbles Cares for Kids, The Magic Yarn Project, and Hearts for Isabella. Please check out all these great folks online. Please, please, please.
Yes,
Absolutely.
folks, and
Fine people.
as we always kind of end and wrap up the show, we want to remind everybody to we said if we ever got to the point where we could, we would love to be able to help out some organizations and give back. And we are very privileged to be associated with 3 organizations now. Charlie Bubbles Cares for Kids. What an amazing organization.
Our
What
friend
these
Paul
folks
Sheriff,
do
yes,
is
absolutely.
they get books to kids that may not otherwise be able to get those books. And as educators, we know how important it is to have literacy at a young age. The Magic Yarn Project. What these folks do, it's a group of volunteers across the country, and they hand knit head coverings and then donate those to kids that are battling cancer. And it makes such a huge difference for those kids. And then the newest folks that we found out about and we wanted to give shout outs to is Hearts for Isabella. This is an organization that was started where our precious angel Isabella was fighting a heart disease and has passed, but her parents are doing some great things, helping out in hospitals and providing things. So there's a picture of Isabella right there. Paul he wrote a book from Charlie Bubbles Cares for Kids. Uh, right there it is. DC, yep, there it is. Charlie Bubbles, the Brave Heart, but amazing organizations this time of year, but year round. If you're looking for organizations to give that really make a difference, we ask that you give, prayers, positive thoughts, money, whatever you want to give to these organizations. Let's help them out, folks.
Amen. For Paul, we appreciate it, Paul.
You
As
got it.
always,
You got
brother,
it,
we
boys.
appreciate you.
I love you guys. The fact that you love All Right Moves is always warms the cockles of my heart.
Right. There you go. So, Tammy, always, we appreciate it. Lifesaver that you are all the time for us. We appreciate
Always
it.
a pleasure. God bless all of you.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
God bless y'all too, Tammy and Lynn and Paul.
Lynn, my friend, it's been a pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
And that's one of the highlights of the year, man.
Yes.
Good to be part of the family, guys. Thanks for welcoming me in.
We appreciate you,
You're
Lynn.
welcome.
DC, I'm gonna do something I never do on here. I'm gonna tell you, brother. I appreciate everything you do. Right? I appreciate you and everything you do for the show, man. You do an amazing job, and I couldn't imagine doing this podcast with anyone else. It's brother, I just really appreciate you and all that you do. And we've been like brother. We are brothers. I mean, we've been there for 50 plus years together, and
Absolutely.
I look forward to see what the next 10 or 15 years of this thing brings.
Yeah, it would be that's going to be something for sure. Happy late
Well,
birthday.
you're very optimistic. 15 years. Wow.
Right.
I don't know if we got 15 left, but okay.
I'm going to shoot for it.
But happy late birthday, brother.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
You had a
that.
good one.
Yeah.
Yesterday was his birthday.
Yesterday, yes.
What are we? 23 days apart.
Yes, and you're older and I'm better looking, so it's all good.
Yeah, you got it all good. You got it all going.
That's how it works.
Yeah, I guess so. So for all the guys here, we appreciate you tonight. As DC always says, keep playing those 80s, my friends, and we'll see you next week.
See you next
Before
week.
you go,
Before
you go, you ready for this? You see my wall?
Yes.
Alexa, who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
I love it.
Awesome, Alexa. We appreciate that.
That is awesome.
She's gonna play the song too.
There you go.
Hey, what a great way to end out.
All right, over and out. Love you guys.
Right.
Love you guys.
See everybody.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Yep. Happy New Year, everybody. Tammy, also, when you get a chance, I want to get with you about, I don't know if you would even be interested, but I'm starting on another educational
Hold
book.
on just a sec. Alexa, stop.
I am actually fixing to start on another educational book, educational leadership book. So I kind of want to touch base with you and see if that would be something you might be interested in and kind of working on together.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Double.
let's chat. Just shoot me an email or there's actually a scheduler on the TLC book design site. And you can just pick a time that works for you. If nothing on there works for you, because I know you're busy like during the day, I can chat with you some evening around a weekend too. So
Okay, perfect.
Either way, you got my email address. So
yes, we'll take care of it
we'll
again.
chat.
I'll get with you. Thank you for that. Tammy, Lynn, thank y'all so much for joining us.
Yep. Tammy, 2 more of my classmates are getting a copy of your book tomorrow night for their help with my reunion. And DH&DC, I'm working on a band out of Omaha that does cover stuff, and I think they're called Your Father's Mixtape. I'll try and get those guys soon, okay? That cool?
That'd be awesome.
Isn't that
Man.
great name for a band, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Sounds
we
awesome.
appreciate it, Leah.
We appreciate both of you very much.
Yes.
All right.